ことになるのだろうか。私には小さい頃の記憶がない。私たちが神隠しにあった以前のことは何も思い出せない。かすかに思い出せるのは一つの旋律。
永遠に虚無の中をさまよい続けると思っていた昨夜が目覚めた。夜に開く花のように静かに大きく。月はぎが祭りが始まる。咲いてしまった。何もかも終わりだ。
私は確かめたい。あの時何があったのか、そして失った記憶の先に何があるのか。
Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and today I'm going to be taking a first impressions look at Fatal Frame 4, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. This is the Fatal Frame that was never released outside of Japan, and I am playing this with a fan-made English translation patch, so all of the audio is still in Japanese, but it is at least playable now. Because I wanted to check this out. I've been pretty curious about this, as the one Fatal Frame that you could not really play in a form other than through an emulator like this with a patch. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a way you can do it on an actual Wii using the patch applied on like an SD card or something, but I don't know. This seems like the only real practical way to do it. Now, I did have to set up a special control scheme for this because, I'm using a mouse and keyboard for it, and it has some weird controls. Like, for example, camera up and down is on, I think, the nunchuck, but looking left and right is on the Wiimote. So I've kind of combined it into the most usable way, and I have a notebook sitting in front of me with what key is what button is what control. So I wanted to take a look at this game before starting my LP of Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water, because the PC port of that has been released, and I wanted to do this before that. Now, it is possible that someday I will do this game as an LP, as despite being Fatal Frame 4, it is, I think, entirely disconnected from any of the other games in the series. 1 and 2 had no real connection until 3 kind of tied them together by having links to both, but this doesn't have any link to that or any of the previous games, so it's kind of a standalone thing. Also, we're skipping over doing a first impressions on Fatal Frame 3 because unfortunately that one does still have some issues with emulating, so it doesn't look its best. And I thought I'd just leave it for now. Nope, don't start the cutscene again. The really long, intriguing, but confusing cutscene. Alright, let's get in here. So I believe, like Fatal Frame 3, this one has you switching between multiple characters. I think after 3 that became a norm for the series because 4, 5, and 3 have it. This game takes place in Japan with native Japanese characters. There's been every effort to translate the game, but please be aware that not only will the characters be speaking their native language, something. I think it was just that some of the expressions haven't really been localized.
ずいぶん前のことだし、私たち5人が映っていたのは確かにこの建物ね。
So we're starting right off inside a spooky building.
ねえ美咲、本当にここに来ればよかったのかな。写真の場所でも何も思い出せなかったし、もう帰ろう。私の言う通りにしてればいいの。まどかもあんな風になりたいの。そう、私たちを見てしまった。次は私たちの番だ。神隠しにあった5人が順番に。やめてよ。そういえばこの感じ。どこに連れて行くの？連れて行かないで。美咲。
Intro chapter, Madoka Tsukumori first blossomed. So yeah, I think the general premise of this game is that these 5 girls were kidnapped as children by some kind of weird cult, and I guess cursed because now they are starting to die off. There's a newspaper on the rusty magazine rack. When I touched it, it fell apart, and I can't distinguish any of the letters. Seems to be an old Polaroid photo arranged on the bulletin board. All of the photos are faded, and it's impossible to know what they were taken of. Locked. Okay. Also, this game only runs at 30 frames, so it's gonna look a little slow sometimes, but that's just how it ran on the Wii. There's no patch to up the frame rate. There are fresh footprints here, but I can't see anyone above the stairs. Where did Misaki go? I can't find her. Alright. I guess we're convinced she's not gone up there. Photographs are littered inside the drawer and on top of the shelf. All of the photos are faded, and it's impossible to know what they were taken of. Okay. What about the drawer itself? Anything under the stairs? Space under the stairs is divided by old screens. The screens are painted with a cloudy moon design. I mean, this seems to have kept the classic survival horror tradition of being able to examine everything. Is this a door? It's a locked door. Because by this point in time, with the Wii out, Resident Evil had stopped doing that. I can't remember if the non-Team Silent Hill games let you examine everything. I don't really think so. There are eerie decorative masks hanging here. When I stare into their empty eyes, they seem to be laughing, or maybe crying. They also have, like, rope hanging over them. I don't know, that guy kind of looks like it's coming out of his eyes, but I think it's actually above that. Old lattices are stacked here. The door is broken and won't open.
Misaki.
I guess she didn't say that out loud because her mouth didn't move. She just looked. Anything outside? These masks seem almost alive. Press and hold Z button to run. Right. We can run. There's a quick turn, but I don't think I bound it properly because it requires you to flick. And I think the guide that I was looking at for just setting up the controls mentioned it as being a button plus a flick. So, hopefully we don't need that. I mean, you can kind of turn at an okay speed. So run, I have bound to shift. She does not go much quicker than when she's walking. And that's kind of a Fatal Frame staple as well. Slow running. I mean, I can't exactly say I'm any kind of expert on the series, considering I've only sort of played one of the games. You know, I wasn't even the one playing it most of the time, I was just watching. But I feel like I have a general concept of things that are common in this series. Misaki's flashlight?
これ
Thought we were gonna get spooky visions just by touching it. Okay, so now we have the flashlight, which you can wave around with the Wiimote. Misaki isn't here. Misaki. Oh,
美咲
Misaki is there.
美咲
I do feel like if all of the characters are schoolgirls, I'm gonna have a hard time telling them apart. Like if they're all like the same age and kind of wearing the same things. I have to go after Misaki. Then I'm gonna have a hard time telling which one is which when it shows me one. Creepy decorative masks. She even has something different to say about all of them. Nope. Except for that one. She doesn't want to talk about those ones. Ask him almost alive. Okay, so it's not unique dialogue for all of them. She went in here. Oh, I was going to read what it said on the wall, but I guess we'll try the door instead. Seems to be locked from the inside. Misaki?
ここに鍵があるかも
The key may be here. Okay, can you let me look at that closely? Next to the door with Kunihiko Asoo Museum written on it, there hangs a guidebook. Please direct inquiries to the second floor management office. Okay, so now we have to go upstairs. Shuffle on back. Nope. Courtyard is written on the sign. An unknown floral pattern is depicted. The arrow seems to point to the door on the right. Seems to, but I'm not quite sure. That looks like a ghost nurse. A gurse, if you will. Oh, okay. Apparently I I bound a sidestep to one of these. I was curious if I had gotten quick turn on there, but nope. This seems to be the strafe button. This looks like a door. The wall is divided into sections. I tried pushing it, but it wouldn't budge. More creepy masks. Eerie decorative masks. They seem to have different personalities. There seems to be a story behind them. Okay, this is not the office. It's just a weird little corner office nook thing. The paint on the surface of the masks has corroded and peeled away, meaning they are old. Old curtains hang in the glass window, and the laces become moldy. From the other side of the thin glass, I can feel cool air. So we haven't found the Camera Obscura yet, which means if we are attacked by a ghost, we are defenseless. We had to say anything about this creepy photo here? I think that's my spook sense going off. That's a window. A hostile ghost? No? She just kind of disappeared after doing that. Let me guess. Also locked? Oh, no. So there's like a little reception office on the second floor of a hospital, which is weird. Nobody's here. Many different objects you can examine while in a room. These objects will react and turn blue when your flashlight illuminates them. Okay. When the object reacts to your flashlight, you can examine it by reaching out your hand. The A button icon is displayed when you approach an item. To reach out for the object, press and hold the A button. This will allow you to pick up and keep the object. If you release the A button, you can retract your hand and stop examining. In case you realize it's something you shouldn't touch. Okay, we got a little ghost filament on the bottom right now. Memo to the new nurse. I left the spare museum key on my desk for you. Please take care to lock the doors when you close for the night, as there are valuable exhibits on display. Okay, so there's our museum key. On the counter are old charts, records and files, containers, and chemicals. Chemicals? Why would there be chemicals in the reception office? One of these things is not like the others. Hold on, I gotta get closer. An ivy pattern is carved on the small key. Azuo Museum is carved on it. This is the key to the Azuo Museum, the room I saw Misaki enter. Yes, thank you. I remember. You can open the menu by pressing the minus button on the Wiimote. On the menu screen, you can view the map, use items, and review notes and other files that you have found. You can open the map directly by pressing the plus button on the Wiimote. Okay, yep, that is where we need to use it. So I have map on tab and menu on enter. Oh, weird, you can click it and it'll tell you where it goes. If you know, I guess. That is extremely loud. All I can do is slowly sprint away from it. Look, if you don't know there's a ghost right behind you, you can't be spooked by that ghost if you don't turn around.
思い出せない。思い出したくない。早くここから出ないと。美咲を探さないと。
Come on, Misaki, we have to go from this cursed place that we decided to travel to. So yes, this is the main speed you will be moving at for most of the game. This is me perpetually sprinting. I mean, that doesn't look like a skirt that should give you trouble running. You know, it's not like a tight skirt that binds your legs. Looks pretty loose and flowy, so you could probably run in that. This is not the right door. This is the door. And then it's on the right side of this hallway. I think these are loading doors anytime she, like, pauses like that. Okay. So there's that room we can't get to, and there is the Azuo Museum over here. I use the key. That's not Misaki. I'm just gonna go in here and pretend I didn't see that. The door is locked. There's no way for her to get in. She was just asking to get jump scared there, sticking her face up to the glass. Okay, so this is the Azuo Museum.
Misaki?
Misaki, are you still in here waiting for me? Okay, I'm getting something. There are books in the display case. Most cannot be read, but in places the name Kunihiko Azuo is visible. Is this a museum dedicated to a specific person? The glass is cracked, and the humidity has made the books inside illegible. Oh, got something I need to touch. The name Kunihiko Azuo is written on the old notebook. There are shadows that can only be seen by mediums. The thoughts of the dead linger in certain locations. In order to reveal these trails that lead to the spirit world, after many prototypes, the Camera Obscura was developed. However, it appears to need further improvement. As a result of my investigations into the masks of the Rougetsu Island, I have made use of the materials and resources here to make a film plate. It is very likely that this will prove useful in my research into the Camera Obscura. I am now convinced that a power exists that exceeds my expectations, and that it is related to the strong effect that photographing the shadows has on them. A medium would probably say that this comes close to exorcism. My personal experiences on this island have significantly influenced my arrival at this bold belief. I was asked to donate a single Camera Obscura to the main collection. So it seems like in all of these Fatal Frames, the Camera Obscura is made by a different person, so maybe these are all people just arriving at the same device. The same, creation of that device. I do not think that this island will need the power of the Camera Obscura. I hope it is unnecessary. In case of ghost, break glass. These must be the prototypes before he arrived at a final one. It's an old camera. Is this the Camera Obscura the note was talking about?
これは
Good reflexes. Okay, first ghost fight. Camera Obscura captures images of unseen things, which are then sealed inside. When a vengeful spirit appears, you can trap it inside the Camera Obscura by photographing it. Pressing the B button, you can ready the Camera Obscura. When the camera is in its readied state, press the A button to take a picture. When the camera is readied, if you continue to hold down the Z button when a ghost is in the center of the screen, you can lock on to a ghost. Okay, the aiming controls are especially awkward here. Oh, we have like a directional sensor. So I think she was about to attack there and we critted her. It vanished. Just then. Who was that? I killed a ghost. I don't want to be here anymore. So we didn't really get much chance to learn about the camera itself there. An old newspaper clipping in its display. Most of it cannot be read, but I can see the words Dr. Azuo here and there. Okay. I guess we just go back out in the hall then. There's nowhere else to go. Some good spooky cinematography on these. I feel like I don't really know what the reception to this game is because it was such a limited release. There's not a lot of people who have opinions about how good this is, but I kind of vaguely heard that it was not as good as the previous games. I mean, Fatal Frame also has that similar thing to Silent Hill where some people say that the second one is the only good one, but I think that's bullshit. In both cases. I don't think we need to save the one photo. But yeah, this seems okay so far. I mean, the controls are awkward. It would definitely take some getting used to because, like, even when I'm in photo mode, I can only look up and down with the mouse and I have to look left and right with the keys. Yeah, when you forget a thing, it ceases to exist. I'm guessing that's the case for the other girls as well. Yeah. All I can remember is the main theme of the game. So this is another one of the girls, who is seemingly also gonna end up at the same place. I think this also might be one of the main characters that you spend the most time with. Okay, so the place they were kidnapped to was this island. And 2 of the 5 are dead.
Madoka は Misaki と島に行くと私に告げ
戻ってない。
あの島へは近寄らないで、ルカ。お母さん、知らない方がいいことがあるの。
でも私は確かめたい。あの時何があったのか、そして失った記憶の先に何があるのか。
This does seem to be a kind of a trend, though, of you start off as one person, and then that person disappears, and you send somebody else after them. Ruka Minazuki, out of tune. Okay, well, at least she brought her own flashlight. That's about as prepared as she was willing to be. Also, whose boat was that? Probably not her boat. Okay, so this is an area we didn't see. Just now, that picture in my head. This place, I remember it faintly. An old gramophone sits here. Its surface is completely covered in dust, and the needle is rusted away. Nope. Is a save point? Yeah. Save lantern. And it looks like you can also buy upgrades there. So I'm guessing if we want to get the Camera Obscura, we're going to have to find our way back to the museum. Unless it has been moved. Door is locked. Got another reception desk over here. Is this a clock puzzle? There's a tall clock here. Lunar phases take the place of hour marks on this clock. Probably has something to do with the moon phases. This clock with the moon phases on it probably has something to do with moon phases. If I had to guess. Kunihiko Azuo Museum is this way. But it can't be that easy. Look at that little weight on the end of her chain, just constantly bobbling around. Okay. I think we saw this when we went up to the second floor. Oops, didn't mean to skip through that. Something is written on the notebook scrap. It looks like Madoka's writing. Since the silhouette of Rougetsu Island became visible, my heart has been aching. I don't remember anything about when I was on the island, but I feel like I'm suffocating. Just as Misaki said, something might be on that island. Misaki suddenly said she was going to Rougetsu Island, and I came along because I was worried about her. I'm afraid Misaki was tricked into going to the island. She wouldn't tell me her reason for going back. Soon we got closer to the island. Misaki was staring at it coldly. If I take my eyes off of her, then we'll quickly be separated and... Mary and Tomoe, if I'm not with Misaki, then what might...
これは
Gate is firmly shut. Key appears to be missing. I should be able to open it from somewhere. There's also just a big old cord hanging from the ceiling that looks like it wants you to tug on. Madoka, are you going to lead us to the door so that we can actually open it? I mean, it seems like a safe guess that Misaki has probably been called back here to be part of some ritual without realizing it. That's usually the way when someone's acting like that in one of these games, what it means. Okay, so we're back here. Kunihiko Asuo Museum. Is this where Madoka went? Is this the same book she dropped? The dust has been wiped off the fallen notebook, like someone touched it recently. Rougetsu Island, historically known as the island nearest the underworld, has long been feared. However, times have changed. The Rougetsu archipelago seems to no longer be the kind of place that is closed off to outsiders. Once there was some kind of great disaster that destroyed the island, but it has started to recover. Instead of disliking an unusual person like me, they introduced me to the valuable cultural Rougetsu Kagura ritual, and the island's many beautiful clouded moon carvings. I wonder if clouded moon is translation of just eclipse. I seem to be welcomed by the islanders to the point where it begins to overwhelm me. I came to this island to search for material for my camera, specific to this island's religion. On Rougetsu Island, the moon is considered a religious object. On the island, when the moon is inside the sun, as with an eclipse, memory and personality, and consequently the soul, are revealed. It is thought that the soul remains even after the body is gone, in the other world, and that the moon is the doorway to this other world. The moon is certainly a symbol of the other world. The souls of the dead return to the island during the Kagura dance, and this is the main function of the island's masks. The shrine maidens wear masks during the ritual, and it is believed that at this time, the moon makes contact between this world and the world of the dead. A mask connected to the other world. There is more than one variety of mask on the island. Various types are used. By examining these masks, I will surely make great advances into my research of the other world. Yeah, so he was like an occult researcher, and they're like, hey, you can stay on our island. We'll help you out. That is actually a running theme, though, in all of these games. There's always kind of like a doorway to the undead world, or the world of the dead. And it ties into these various rituals. It looks like an old camera. Is this the Camera Obscura from the notebook? A memo is underneath the camera. It looks like Madoka's writing. Rougetsu Hall is just past here. Since I came back to the island, my dizziness has grown worse. The air doesn't move. It hurts to breathe. It's the scent of this place. Until now, things like scents and music made me remember the things I had forgotten. Like the time when Ruka let me listen to the song she made. Although I remember some things, they aren't clear. Things like a sense of touch or pain. These words are just too vague. But this time it's different. From deep within me, a huge dark mass is going to come out. Someday, it'll break through my mind. At least, it'll be fine if I wait until Ruka gets here as well. Well, I am here. There was a ghost peeking at us through the doorframe. Yeah, that one. Though I don't think that's a ghost. I think that's Misaki? The indicator on top of the display is called Ghost Filament. It shines to point out the direction which spiritual energy is. It will shine red to indicate aggressive and wandering ghosts, and blue to indicate other ghosts. The indicator on the lower right is called the Item Filament. It will shine blue when in front of an item or examinable object. So is that part of the Camera Obscura? And it was kind of odd that we were having that before? Something over here. Now, there's two things. Newspaper, Islander extinction. Seems to be a newspaper clipping. It talks about a disappearance. Suspicious deaths of a mass of Rougetsu Islanders. Yesterday afternoon at 4:30 p.m., when the captain of the ship Oboro Maru arrived at Rougetsu Island port, he reported that many of the islanders had been killed. At the time of discovery, the police were concerned that the group had been infected by an epidemic since they were found in a horrific state, covering their faces with their hands. Where are the remaining islanders? Traces of remaining islanders have been seen on the island, but the survivors have yet to be discovered. At the same time as the bodies are recovered by the police, the search will continue. Despite the fact that many of the islanders are dead or missing, there is no evidence of an accident or struggle. The islanders appear to have suddenly disappeared at the scene, and the police have announced that the necks of the bodies were unnaturally twisted. Appeared to have suddenly disappeared. That's just one of those weird things in English language. Blue crystal times 3. You can strengthen the basic abilities of the Camera Obscura by gathering blue crystals. Go to Menu, Camera Obscura. From the upgrade camera screen, choose the base. The base what? Alright, well, it's an upgrade material. The portrait of Dr. Azuo is so badly damaged that I can't see his face properly. I have no idea if that is the correct way to pronounce it, but I can't really think of a way that it would be pronounced otherwise. It's obviously not Asu. Okay, there's something over here, but it might not be in this room. It might be outside. Well, it opened. This was open earlier. Well, now it's not. It won't open. I don't have the key. The Camera Obscura reacted. Maybe if I take a photo with the Camera Obscura, something will happen. During a stage, if you encounter a strange fog, snap a photo. Taking a picture of the fog will cause something else to appear in the picture. The images that appear are important clues to advancing the story. I don't know if I have to step back or step forward. There we go. Something appeared. 5 masks are hanging on the wall. Okay. Is there some kind of connection to the photo of the masks? Is there any masks in this room? Something is still... Oh. Over here. It's an old newspaper article, seemingly reporting Dr. Azuo's visit. Could it be about the creation of this room? Recently, the renowned expert on paranormal science, Dr. Kunihiko Azuo, has come to visit Rougetsu Island. It has been the doctor's longtime wish, as a folklore expert, to visit our island and study our traditions. Furthermore, he plans to travel to the island tomorrow to observe the Rougetsu Kagura. Due to the occasion, many visitors from the mainland are expected to visit. Subsequent to his visit, the room at Rougetsu Hall, where Dr. Azuo currently resides, will be left open to the public as a reference and study room. Okay. Okay, but can you open the door for me? It's definitely gonna be a ghost behind the door. It's a very sad-looking ghost. So that was a fatal frame because she was coming at me. It vanished. What was that just now? It looked like a nurse, but Was that the power of his camera? Man, she finds a lot more things important than Madoka did. Oh, just more crystals. Okay. It's not that important. So that leads back. I'm guessing to open that door, we're gonna need to find a row of 5 masks, which I don't think we've seen anywhere. They're all in 3s like this. This does seem a little slower than like Fatal Frame 2, but not by much, because you kind of have an early boss fight there once you get the Camera Obscura. Whereas here we've had some very basic ghosts. Alright, well I think we're gonna wrap up soon. We'll save here. Oh. A clue. I don't know what that says. But it's fine, it was a wandering ghost. Maybe this door's open now? The one that they came through? Seems like a cafeteria kind of area. Nope. I think that was another roaming ghost? Couldn't see it through the wall. The board is covered in dust, and there seems to be a menu written on it. The letters are almost completely unreadable. Oh, there's something right there. Herbal medicine, so that's a healing item. Alright, bye. He just came to pop in and go, whoa, whoa. Camera. Or piano, not a camera. Probably some more blue crystals. Oh, the blast lens. Equipping power-up lenses in the Camera Obscura, you can inflict many harmful effects on ghosts. Press the C button when you've accumulated enough power. Power is gained during a fight. You can only use the lenses you have equipped. You can also switch lenses by using the up and down on the D-pad. Also, this seems pretty playable. I mean, there's a few little hitches here and there, but nothing major. Okay, so this just does a little bit extra damage. Alright, so she knows how to play the piano, so this could be a piano puzzle. Madoka's memo. Scraps of a notebook have been placed on the piano. It seems that Madoka wrote this. I will just write something. Anything is good, but if I don't write anything, it will just go away. If I don't write, I forget. If I don't write, it's all over. I forget what, but it's all coming to an end. It's coming closer, slowly. It's coming closer. Melting Mother, help me. Help. Everybody treats me like a toy. Stop shaking me. An old grand piano was here. Concerts were probably held here. The white keyboard has become discolored. It doesn't seem to have been used in a long time. I like that she just slammed down on it when she examined it. Got a hidden fireplace. Okay, that's a res item. I mean, I wonder if this is, even with the awkward controls I've kind of set up, easier because I'm using mouse and keyboard than if you were trying to aim with just the Wiimote, and that way the ghosts are kind of balanced for that. Masks hanging on the wall. Something similar appears in the photo. One is missing? Hey, give me that, you little shit. I require that mask, kid. If that means I have to blast your soul out of existence, then so be it. Broken shelf is in pieces, blocking the hallway. This one's all by itself. Not the one we need, though. She's very certain of that. The tiny sliver of this guy. Old newspaper article stuck to the case. Death of the last survivor of mass disappearance. At 10 a.m. today, it was announced that the hospitalized girl, the last survivor in the case of a group of disappearances that occurred on Rougetsu Island, had died. The cause of death was shock compounded by physical frailty. So that would be the contorted death that seems to afflict everybody. Probably has something to do with that face-splitting effect that you see. A poster is attached. It's a poster for the Rougetsu Kagura dance. Seems like it copies the scenery of the island, but it's faded and I can't see the details clearly. I mean, you see quite a bit of that Rougetsu Kagura going on in the intro video. It also, like, sometimes it feels like the mouse doesn't want to go up. And that was my bar at the top, which I have to remember to turn off when I'm recording with Dolphin, because otherwise I will end up clicking on it, since it doesn't really have like a pure full screen. The gate is firmly shut. The key appears to be missing. I should be able to open it from somewhere. Okay. So at this point, I've opened up a circle. Does that mean I have to go upstairs? Like, now that we've seen him up there, we can go up the stairs in here. I'm not sure which of these backtracking paths would have been faster to get to the staircase. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the gate we saw from upstairs. Couldn't really examine it or anything when we were up there before. More herbal medicine. see another book in there. Definitely, if I'm gonna do a playthrough of this, I'm going to rebind the quick turn to actually work. Oh, that's a key. That's probably the key we needed upstairs. Small key attached to the carved wooden token. Yep. Actually, that doesn't look like it opens the gate. It looks like it opens a door under the stairs. Under the key, there's a board with something printed on it. Entrance hall, second floor gates, instructions on opening. First, switch on the control panel in the storeroom under the large staircase in the entrance hall. Secondly, the big door opens with the number 13. Take note not to operate it without permission from the management office. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I backtracked and ended up there anyway, instead of going the other way. So it looks like it's worth looking around, finding all these blue crystals so you can upgrade more easily. Also, can I... It's a projector. I could use this to play a film reel. Okay, we don't have any film reels. But it's worth remembering that's there. But yeah, I think a quick turn would definitely help out here with navigating. Because like she turns pretty quickly if you're not actually moving, if you just hold turn and then press... I guess that's like the camera, and then press forward. But I don't know how well I'd be able to avoid ghosts. Alright, let's go up here. We'll, you know, see if there's anything going on, and then we'll wrap up, because I don't think we're going to see too much else without this being a very, very long video. It's already going to be like an hour. But yeah, I'd like to come back to this, because this seems decent. Of course, I might be fail framed out after Maiden in Black Water, since that one is considered less decent. But who knows? I usually don't do games from the same series back to back. And Lord knows there's a bunch of other games that I need to return to, like Dead Space 3. There's just a mummy in here. There's a control panel with a row of numbered switches. Okay, 21. So it activates with the number 13, they said. Let's see, 4, 6, 7, 11, 19. So I guess there's inherently a 2 in there. Okay. There we go. I didn't even finish going through them before I solved it. A light went on the console. It seems that something has moved. So are we not going to address the mummy? Something wrapped in cloth is leaning against the wall. Objects look like it might contain the torso of a person. And I don't want to think about that. Also a very large bird. Like I have to guess at one point you're going to do this and a ghost is like going to grab her wrist or something. Because why else would they have that mechanic? Talks about its disappearance. Mystery of the group disappearance case deepens. 2 weeks have passed since the investigation, and the islanders' whereabouts are still unknown. The group disappeared on Rougetsu Island during the summer, and even from the start of the investigation, there were fears the search would be discontinued. The islanders' cause of death is also still unknown. It has been ascertained that the group did not contract the plague, however there is no specific cause of death. Officials have said that there is a suspected connection with covering their faces with their hands and their contorted and twisted facial expressions. Madoka, is that you? She doesn't even care to figure that out. She's like, I don't want to deal with that. Can I look at this bird? Not gonna find anything unusual about this. Old furniture, used as a storeroom. Okay, so I don't think much else is gonna happen here. Oh, hold on, we got a phone call. Hello? I'm working on giving your mask back. Chillax. Procession of ghosts. Ugh. Yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes it like resets back down if I think if I move it up too much. Not really sure. There seems to be kind of a limit, or it tries to auto center. I'm not really getting how to control it. Something over in this direction. I thought whatever the blue sparkle was coming from in here. It is. You have to actually kind of aim the flashlight at it. I mean, I don't know if that's the one it wanted me to find out here. I'm kind of already looking at the floor. Thought she was going to come at me, but no. She was just a stare ghost. Few sheets of paper attached to the board. The papers are soaked, and I can't understand what's been written. Because some idiot left the windows open. Piece of a notebook. When I look at my face, I don't understand what it's becoming. I don't know my own face. My face. No, my face. Two people, the same. Thought that was going to be a hostile ghost this time, but no. Probably need a flower key for this one. Full heal. Giving me a lot of healing items considering how few ghosts we've encountered. Old dresser. Inside appears to be a supply of clothing that hospital patients would wear for medical examinations. Yeah, so it's not even really clear what this building is. Like, it's kind of a hospital, but also kind of something else. Equipped function alarm. By installing equipped functions, the Camera Obscura and Spirit Stone flashlight, various features are added. Sorry, when did we get a Spirit Stone flashlight? I thought it was just a regular flashlight. When you obtain an equipped function, it is automatically added to the camera or flashlight. Go to Menu, Camera Obscura, navigate to the bottom, and choose which function you'd like to equip. However, Measure and Avoid do not work with the flashlight. This one's probably locked as well. Okay, so that shows, I guess, a direction that a ghost is going. Or was that just the thing that was already there, and I equipped the wrong thing? No, doesn't seem like there's a separate menu for the flashlight. I mean, these doors are all going to be locked. They're all marked with, like, an icon. Well, the kid, I think, went through this one. The room is cluttered with things which have been collected from elsewhere. This ghost keeps bringing all this junk back here. Type 14 film, so that's stronger than the basic. An old cassette tape and a tape recorder. Various random objects are stacked up here, such as doll parts, pictures, and musical instruments. Inside the broken closet, there are books and crystal radios scattered about. They're all broken, and I probably couldn't use them. I knew it. I don't think I have shake side to side bound. Oh, I do, actually. I had to look at my notebook. Okay. So is that just not actually a real item then? A diary full of scribbles was left here. Today, I found it again. This time, it happens to be in the dining room. It was the mask. They can't take it away. They aren't allowed to. They have to give it back. I found it today. I hid the mask well, under the bed. They won't take it again. They came and took it. Don't follow me. Well, we followed him. Surely he wouldn't get us again the same way. I was about to say he's short, so this is going to be a problem. Because yeah, the camera keeps auto-centering. So yeah, I just used my revive item there. Okay, so he's pretty tough. Uh-oh. He could be coming from anywhere. child's diary. It isn't here. Someone stole it. If they don't return it soon, I'll disappear fast. Who was it? Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. Disappear. Give it back. Okay. There's our first boss, so that is a good stopping point. I know I said we'd stop after we, got to the stairs, but then, once again, I got invested. The mask is similar to the ones in the dining room. One mask was missing. Alright, so and then we'll take that downstairs, and we'll put that onto the wall, and then it will open the door in the museum. So, thanks for joining me for this look at Fatal Frame 4, Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. I think it's pretty cool. It's a little janky, it controls a little awkwardly, but I think I can kind of fix that. So, until we begin with Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water, y'all take care, and I'll see you there.